Hello, my friend. Take a moment. Just breathe. Feel the air coming in and going out. Feel your body here, right now. You are safe, you are calm, and you are ready for a new story. Maybe you are sitting in your favorite chair. Maybe you are drinking tea. Maybe you are thinking about your own dreams, about what you want to become one day. Wherever you are, welcome. This time is yours. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever heard the name Coco Chanel? Maybe you know the brand, the little black dress, the suit with the gold buttons, the perfume called Chanel No. 5, the double C logo that you see on bags and lipstick. Coco Chanel is one of the most famous women in history. She changed the way women dress. She changed the way women think. She built a fashion empire that still exists today, more than 50 years after her death. But here is the thing. Coco Chanel did not start with money. She did not start with family connections. She did not start with a famous name. She started with nothing, less than nothing. She was born poor. She was sent away as a child. She slept on cold floors. She worked as a singer in cheap cafes. People laughed at her clothes. So, how did she do it? How did a poor girl from nowhere become the most famous designer in the world? Today, we are going on a journey. We are going to follow Coco Chanel from her sad childhood to her amazing success. We are going to discover the secrets behind her rise. So sit back, relax, and keep that warm cup close. This is the extraordinary rise of Coco Chanel. Our story begins in a small town in France. The year is 1883. A baby girl is born. Her name is Gabrielle Chanel. But life is not kind to little Gabrielle. When she is 12 years old, her mother dies. She is sick, and there is no medicine to save her. Gabrielle watches her mother die. She is just a child. Her father is a traveling salesman. He sells things on the street. He is not a bad man, but he is weak. He cannot take care of 5 children alone. One day, he takes Gabrielle and her sisters to a big, gray building. It is an orphanage, a home for children with no parents. He says, "Wait here. I will come back for you." But he never comes back. Gabrielle is alone. She is 12 years old, and her father has left her forever. The orphanage is cold. The nuns are strict. The children wear plain black and white clothes. They sleep in hard beds. They eat simple food. But Gabrielle learns something important in the orphanage. She learns to sew. The nuns teach the girls to make clothes, to fix holes, to use a needle and thread. Gabrielle is good at it. She has small, quick hands. She has an eye for detail. She does not know it yet, but this skill will change her life. At 18, Gabrielle leaves the orphanage. She has no money, no family, no home. She goes to a town called Moulins. She finds work as a seamstress. That means she sews clothes for other people. It is not exciting work, but it pays a little money. At night, Gabrielle does something else. She sings. She goes to a cafe. It is a small place, not fancy. Soldiers and workers come there to drink and relax. Gabrielle gets up on a small stage and sings songs for them. She is not a great singer. Her voice is small, but she is pretty. She is charming. The men like to watch her. She has one favorite song. It is about a dog who ran away. The name of the dog is Coco. When Gabrielle sings this song, the men shout, "Coco, Coco, sing us Coco." And that is how Gabrielle gets her new name. From that day, everyone calls her Coco. Coco meets a man at the cafe. His name is Etienne Balsan. He is rich. He comes from a wealthy family. He likes Coco. He asks her to live with him. Coco says yes. She moves into his house. It is a beautiful place, full of horses and parties and rich people. For the first time in her life, Coco sees how the other half lives. She sees their clothes, their jewelry, their manners. But she does not just want to watch. She wants to be one of them. The problem is, she does not have the right clothes. The rich women look at her and laugh. They laugh at her simple dresses. They laugh at her old hats. Coco is angry, but she does not cry. She thinks, their clothes are beautiful, but they are not practical. Women cannot move in these clothes. They cannot breathe. I can do better. She starts making her own hats, simple hats, different from what everyone else wears. Some women notice. They say, Where did you get that hat? I want one. Coco sees an opportunity. In 1910, with money from Etienne, Coco opens a small shop in Paris. It is not a big shop, just one small room. But it is hers. She sells hats, simple, beautiful hats. The shop is at 21 Rue Cambon. This street will become famous because of her. Soon, rich women start coming. They love her hats. They tell their friends. More women come. Coco works hard. She is at the shop every day. She talks to every customer. She learns what women want. One day, she has an idea. A big idea. She thinks, women's clothes are too tight, too heavy, too uncomfortable. Why do women have to suffer to be beautiful? I will make clothes that are simple, comfortable, beautiful, but easy to wear. In 1913, she opens another shop, this time in Deauville, a town by the sea. Rich people go there for vacation. She starts selling simple clothes, dresses made of jersey. Jersey was a cheap fabric, used for men's underwear. Nobody used it for fashion before, but Coco likes it. It is soft. It moves with the body. People are surprised. Some are shocked. But women love the clothes. They can move, they can breathe, they can work and play and live. Coco Chanel is becoming famous. Then, in 1914, war comes. World War I. Many rich people leave Paris, but Coco stays. She keeps her shop open. During the war, life is hard. Fabric is hard to find. But Coco is clever. She uses what she can find. She makes simple, practical clothes for women. After the war, the world changes. Women have worked while the men were fighting. They have earned their own money. They want different lives. They want different clothes. They do not want the old, tight, uncomfortable dresses. They want what Coco makes. Simple, comfortable, elegant. Coco becomes a star. In the 1920s, she creates things that become legends. She designs the little black dress. Before Coco, black was only for funerals, for sad occasions. But Coco says, black is beautiful. Black is elegant. Every woman should have a little black dress. She is right. The little black dress becomes a classic. Every woman wants one. She creates a perfume. She asks a famous perfume maker to create a scent. She tells him, make it smell like a woman, not like a flower. He creates 5 samples. She chooses the 5th one. She calls it Chanel No. 5. It becomes the most famous perfume in the world. Even today, people buy it. Marilyn Monroe, the famous actress, once said she wore nothing to bed but a few drops of Chanel No. 5. Coco is rich now, very rich. She lives in a beautiful apartment above her shop. She knows famous artists and writers. She travels. She is friends with the most interesting people in the world. But her story is not over. And the next part is dark. In 1939, another war begins, World War II. When the German army comes to Paris, Coco does not leave. She stays. She closes her shops. She says it is not a time for fashion. But during the war, Coco does something that will hurt her reputation. She has a relationship with a German officer. His name is Hans Gunther von Dinklage. After the war, when the Germans lose, people are angry. They call Coco a traitor. They say, she worked with the enemy. She is arrested. She is questioned. But soon, she is free. Why? Some say her friend Winston Churchill helped her. Others say she was not really a traitor, just a woman in love. We do not know for sure. But for many years, people do not forget. Coco leaves France. She goes to Switzerland. She lives there quietly for almost 10 years. Many people think her story is over. They think she will never come back. They are wrong. In 1954, Coco is 71 years old. Most people her age are retired. They are sitting at home, resting. But Coco is not most people. She looks at fashion in the 1950s. Designers like Christian Dior are making clothes with small waists and long, full skirts. They are beautiful, but they are not comfortable. Women cannot move easily. Coco thinks this is wrong. Fashion has gone backward. I need to fix it. She decides to return to Paris, to open her shop again, to show new designs. People tell her she is too old. They say fashion has passed her by. They say she will fail. Coco does not listen. On the 5th of February 1954, she shows her new collection. The fashion critics in Paris hate it. They say it is old-fashioned. They say she should have stayed in Switzerland. But Coco does not give up. She keeps working. She keeps designing. And slowly, women start to love her clothes again. American women especially love them. They buy her suits, her dresses, her bags. The Chanel suit, with its collarless jacket and braid trim, becomes a symbol of style. Rich women everywhere want one. Jackie Kennedy, the First Lady of America, wears a Chanel suit, and everyone sees it. Coco is back. At 71 years old, she is a star again. Coco Chanel works until the day she dies. On the 10th of January 1971, she is 87 years old. She is still working on a new collection. That afternoon, she feels tired. She lies down to rest. She never wakes up, but her story does not end. The fashion house she built continues. New designers come. Karl Lagerfeld takes over and makes Chanel even bigger. The double C logo becomes one of the most recognized symbols in the world. Today, Chanel is worth billions of dollars. Women still buy Chanel No. 5. They still want the little black dress, the suits, the bags. And it all started with a poor girl in an orphanage. So why do we remember Coco Chanel? Because she was different. She did not follow the rules. She made her own rules. At a time when women wore tight, uncomfortable clothes, she said, "Women should be free." At a time when black was only for sadness, she said, "Black is beautiful." At a time when people told her she was too old, she said, "I am not finished." She was not perfect. She made mistakes. She had a dark past, but she never stopped. She never gave up. Coco Chanel once said something famous. She said, "A woman who cuts her hair is about to change her life." But she could have been talking about herself. A girl from an orphanage, with nothing, changed her life, again and again, until she became one of the most famous women in the world. When you learn English, you are like Coco. Maybe you started with nothing. Maybe people laughed at your accent. Maybe you made mistakes. Maybe you felt like giving up. But you kept going. You kept learning. Word by word, day by day, you are building something. You are building a new life, a new way to connect with the world. Coco Chanel did not become famous overnight. She worked for years. She failed. She came back. She worked again. Your English journey is the same. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes courage. But one day, you will look back and you will see how far you have come. And maybe like Coco, you will change your world. Thank you for listening to this story today. I hope you enjoyed this journey through the life of Coco Chanel. I hope it helped you with your English learning too. If you like this story, please give it a like. It helps more people find our channel. If you want to hear more stories like this about famous people, about history, about the extraordinary lives of ordinary people, please subscribe. Your support helps us create more content for your English journey. And if you have ideas for other stories, please leave a comment below. I would love to know what you want to learn next. Until next time, my friend, keep learning, keep dreaming, and remember, you can rise from anywhere, just like Coco. See you soon.